How a Poor Girl Became a Doctor. Chapter 1. The Girl from the Hut. In the quiet village of Devli, nestled between dry fields and distant hills, lived a girl named Mira. Her home was not a house, but a worn-out mud hut with a thatched roof and cracks along its walls. She lived there with her mother Sita, who worked as a farm laborer, and her younger brother Aman. Mira was born into poverty, but her eyes always held a fire of curiosity, of questions, of dreams. From the age of 5, she would sit on the steps of the local clinic and watch Dr. Rajan treat patients. She didn't understand much of what he did, but she knew one thing. She wanted to be like him, to heal, to help, to wear that white coat with pride. But dreams were a luxury in Devli. Her mother barely earned 100 pesos a day. Most nights, they ate only roti and salt. Sometimes, they skipped dinner altogether. Still, Mira held on to her dream like a child clutches a broken toy, desperately and lovingly. Chapter 2. School with Bare Feet. Mira walked 3 kilometers each day to the government school, barefoot, carrying a single notebook. Her uniform was old and torn, stitched by her mother from a discarded sari. She sat in the front row and listened like her life depended on it. Her teachers noticed. "She's different," whispered Mrs. Fernandez, the English teacher. "She learns faster than the rest." By class 7, Mira topped every exam. At night, she studied under a flickering kerosene lamp while Aman slept beside her. Her mother often said, "What good is studying, Mira? We don't even have enough for rice." But Mira would smile and whisper, "One day, I'll buy you all the rice you want, Ma." Chapter 3. The Turning Point. In class 10, Mira scored 96% in her board exams. Her picture appeared in the local newspaper. That's when Dr. Rajan noticed her. He visited her house, sat cross-legged on the floor, and spoke gently to her mother. "She's special," he said. "Let me help her." Dr. Rajan offered to fund her education, tuition, books, and travel. It was a miracle, one Mira never expected. With his support, she joined a coaching center in the nearby town to prepare for the NEET exam. It was her first time riding a bus, using a proper calculator, and entering a world beyond Devli. But it came with pressure. She was surrounded by students from cities, fluent in English, with expensive materials. Mira felt small, but she never gave up. Chapter 4. Thorns on the Path. The coaching center was intense. Every day felt like a battle. Physics formulas that danced on whiteboards, biology diagrams that looked like foreign art, and chemistry equations that spun her head in circles. Mira often returned to her tiny hostel room, eyes swollen with tears. Her roommates laughed in fluent English, shared tips from high-priced tutors, and joked about future seats in prestigious colleges. Mira had none of that. She studied with borrowed books, took notes with a second-hand pen, and translated each English word into Hindi to understand. But when others slept, Mira studied. When others relaxed on Sundays, Mira solved mock tests. When others lost hope, Mira held on tighter. She failed her first 2 practice tests. Then came a third. She ranked among the top 20%. The staff noticed. Some sneered. One-time luck. But Dr. Rajan simply smiled. "You're just getting started." Chapter 5. The Breaking Point. 3 months before NEET, disaster struck. Aman fell ill. Fever, weakness, a shadow of something worse. Mira rushed home. Her mother cried in the corner. There was no money for a proper doctor. She gave all she had, her coaching savings to get Aman treated. She missed 2 weeks of class. When she returned, her teachers warned her, "You'll fall behind. NEET waits for no one." Mira was torn. But one night, as she fed Aman rice with her own hands, he whispered, "You'll become a doctor, Diddy. Then you can treat me yourself." That night, Mira didn't sleep. She stayed up studying with eyes red from fatigue, her lamp dim, her heart burning with determination. Chapter 6, The Exam. The day of NEET arrived. Mira wore her oldest salwar. She carried a transparent pouch with her ID, a pen, and a small picture of Goddess Saraswati. The exam hall was freezing. The clock ticked like a hammer inside her head. But Mira remembered every formula, every diagram, every concept. She wrote like her future depended on it, because it did. When it was over, she walked out numb. She didn't know if she had done well or terribly. She returned to Devli and waited. Weeks passed. She helped her mother in the field. She cooked. She taught Aman to read. She prayed. Then, one morning, her result was published. Rank 437. Mira had qualified. She screamed. Her mother cried. The village celebrated. But the journey was only half over. Chapter 7. The College Life. Mira got admission to a government medical college in Jaipur. Her hostel room was basic, but to her, it was a palace. She made new friends, some from villages, some from cities. Some were kind. Others looked down on her broken English and simple clothes. She studied harder than ever. Her first dissection was terrifying. She fainted, but she got up again the next day. Anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, long nights, endless books, sometimes hunger, always pressure. Yet through every breakdown, Mira reminded herself, "I am here to change lives." In her second year, she topped the batch. She even started tutoring juniors for free. Her professors began to notice, not just her grades, but her empathy, how she comforted patients during hospital rounds, how she explained procedures to illiterate villagers in their own dialect. Mira wasn't just learning medicine, she was becoming a healer. Chapter 8. The Storm Before the Light. In her final year, tragedy struck again. Her mother suffered a stroke. Mira rushed home and stayed for a week, juggling her hospital shifts through phone calls with nurses and village health workers. Her mind was divided, her heart broken. But she knew she couldn't stop now. She returned to Jaipur and sat for her final exams with barely any preparation. But somehow, she passed with grace marks and grit. On graduation day, she wore a white coat and received her MBBS certificate. She was no longer just Mira from Devli. She was Dr. Mira Verma. Chapter 9. Giving Back. After graduation, Mira received offers from private hospitals in big cities, but she chose to return home. She opened a small clinic near Devli with the help of Dr. Rajan and some local NGOs. She treated farmers, old women, sick children, many who had never seen a real doctor before. She charged nothing from the poor. Sometimes they paid in vegetables, sometimes not at all. Her fame spread. Soon, other villages sent for her. She trained village girls in basic first aid, encouraged them to finish school, told them her story. "Dream," she would say. "Even if you have no shoes, no books, no money, dream anyway." Chapter 10. The Girl Who Never Gave Up. Years passed. One day, a young girl approached Mira, wide-eyed and barefoot, holding a small notebook. "I want to become like you," she said. Mira smiled. She remembered the mud hut, the roti without vegetables, the tears on her notebook. She bent down, placed her hand on the girl's shoulder, and whispered, "You already are like me. Now go change the world." And with that, Dr. Mira walked into her clinic, white coat crisp, heart full, the same fire in her eyes she had as a child. Because poverty may chain the hands, but it cannot cage the soul.